Are you an entrepreneur looking to avoid common budgeting mistakes in 2024? Picture this. You're steering your business ship amidst the unpredictable waves of the market. You've got your eyes on the horizon, your hands firm on the wheel, but there's a leak in your hull. The ship is steadily losing its precious cargo. This is what it's like running a business without a solid strategic budget. In the ever-changing business landscape of 2024, budgeting is not just a tool, it's your compass, your roadmap. It's what sets successful entrepreneurs apart from those who sink under the weight of financial missteps. But fear not, this video is here to guide you through the murky waters of budgeting mistakes. We're about to uncover 8 common budgeting blunders that entrepreneurs often fall prey to, and more importantly, we'll show you how to avoid them. From the peril of not updating your budget regularly to the trap of poor cash flow management, each mistake is a potential leak in your business ship that needs to be plugged. Stay tuned as we dive into these common mistakes and learn how to avoid them for the success of your business. Starting with mistake number 1, not updating your budget regularly. Now imagine you're on a road trip and you're using a map, but this map doesn't update to show road closures or new routes. That's exactly what happens when you don't update your budget. You're navigating your business journey with outdated information. As the market changes, so should your budget. Perhaps a new competitor has emerged, or maybe a product isn't performing as well as you'd hoped. These changes should be reflected in your budget. And what about growth? If your business is growing, and we certainly hope it is, your budget needs to grow with it. You wouldn't try to fit a growing plant into a small pot, would you? The same applies to your budget. Consider this, a restaurant that doesn't adjust its budget for seasonal changes in customer traffic. They'd either be overstaffed in the slow season, burning money unnecessarily, or understaffed in the busy season, missing out on potential earnings. Remember, a static budget is a stagnant business. Keep updating your budget. Mistake number 2. Lack of contingency planning. Imagine a ship sailing without lifeboats. That's your business without a contingency plan. But what does this mean? It's about preparing for the unexpected, the curveballs that life throws at us. We're talking about sudden market changes, unexpected expenses, or even a global pandemic. Without a solid backup plan, these unforeseen events can capsize your business ship quicker than you can say contingency. You see, it's not just about sailing smoothly when the sea is calm, it's about staying afloat when the waves get rough. And let's not forget, the risks of not having a contingency plan are high. It can lead to financial instability, loss of trust from stakeholders, or worse, the collapse of your business. So how can you avoid this mistake? Plan, plan, plan. Create a financial safety net, set aside a contingency fund, and have a plan B for your plan A. Remember, always plan for the unexpected. It's better to be safe than sorry. Mistake number 3, cutting costs without long-term consideration. Now, we all know the importance of cost reduction in business. It's like trimming down the fat to keep your business lean and competitive. However, like a hasty diet, cutting costs without considering the long-term impacts can do more harm than good. Imagine this. You decide to cut costs by reducing the quality of your product's materials. You save some money in the short term, right? But what happens when your customers start noticing the drop in quality? They might start looking elsewhere for better products. And before you know it, you've lost a significant share of your market. Or let's consider another scenario. You decide to reduce the training budget for your employees. Short-term savings, check. But in the long run, you might end up with a workforce that's less skilled and less productive, which can directly impact your business operations and profitability. So while cost-cutting is an essential part of financial management, it should never be done at the expense of your product's quality or the growth of your team. Always remember that a business is a marathon, not a sprint. Always remember, short-term savings can lead to long-term losses. Mistake number 4, not distinguishing between essential and non-essential expenses. Now, this is a common pitfall that can trip up even the savviest of entrepreneurs. Picture this. You're in a boat and you've got 2 types of cargo. Essential cargo, that's the stuff keeping your boat afloat and moving forward. Non-essential cargo, on the other hand, is nice to have but isn't necessary for your voyage. By clearly distinguishing between these 2 types of expenses, you can make more informed decisions about where your money goes. Essential expenses are those that directly contribute to your business's growth and operation, like rent and employee salaries. Non-essential expenses, although they might enhance your business, are not vital for its survival. Think of it like this. If you're in a storm and your boat starts sinking, you'll want to toss the non-essential cargo overboard first, right? Well, the same principle applies to your budget. When times get tough, knowing what's necessary and what's not can be a lifesaver. So take the time to categorize your expenses. It's a simple step, but it can make a world of difference in your budgeting strategy. Always know what's necessary and what's not. This knowledge is power when budgeting. Mistake number 5, poor cash flow management. Often overlooked but never to be underestimated, cash flow management plays a pivotal role in the survival and success of your venture. So, what happens when you don't manage it effectively? Well, it's quite simple. Your business could run out of money. Let's break it down. Imagine your business is a vehicle and cash flow is the fuel that keeps it running. Without enough fuel, your vehicle will eventually come to a halt. In the same way, without proper cash flow management, your business may find itself unable to cover operational costs or invest in growth opportunities. But it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is, with strategic planning and regular financial reviews, you can avoid this pitfall. By keeping a close eye on your income and expenses and by making sure you always have enough cash to cover your liabilities, you can ensure your business stays financially healthy. Remember, it's not just about how much money you're making, it's also about when and how that money is coming in and going out. Cash flow is the lifeblood of your business. Manage it well. Let's quickly cover the last 3 common mistakes. First, overestimating revenue. It's easy to fall into the trap of being overly optimistic about your profits. Yes, positivity is great, but when it comes to budgeting, a realistic approach is key. Overestimating revenue can lead to overspending and eventually financial strain. Next, underestimating costs. This is the opposite side of the overestimation coin. It's crucial to factor in all possible expenses, including those unexpected ones that always seem to pop up. Underestimating costs can result in a budget shortfall, putting your business operations at risk. Lastly, not using budgeting tools. In this digital age, there's a wealth of resources out there designed to make budgeting easier and more efficient. Ignoring these tools is like trying to navigate a ship without a compass. Avoid these mistakes and you're well on your way to better budgeting. Let's quickly recap the common budgeting mistakes we've discussed. First, remember to update your budget regularly. It's a living document that should adjust and grow with your business. Second, don't forget about contingency planning. Unexpected events can and will happen, so be prepared. Third, avoid cutting costs without considering the long-term impacts. Short-term gains might lead to long-term pains. Fourth, distinguish between essential and non-essential expenses. It's vital to prioritize and allocate resources wisely. Fifth, don't fall into the trap of poor cash flow management. It's not just about profits, but when and how your money flows. And finally, avoid the 3 additional common mistakes we've covered: underestimating costs, overestimating revenues, and not regularly reviewing your budget. Remember, successful budgeting is a crucial part of successful entrepreneurship. Avoid these mistakes and you're on your way to a thriving business. Thanks for watching.